Real quick, Joel. How much time would you like?
Oh, it's 5 to 7 minutes.
5 to 7 minutes? Okay.
Yes, overall it is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you. So when you are in a leadership position, you often have to, or it's necessary to develop your subordinates. You hope that all of your people that you are responsible for have all the skills that they need and that they're performing at 100%. Obviously that doesn't always happen, because even ourselves, we know when we haven't done the best job we could do, and we obviously recognize when we make a mistake. But regardless of the situation, it's important to make sure that your subordinates know that you appreciate what they're doing, that you understand what they're doing, and that you want them to even do better, regardless of what it is. I had a situation once where I worked for a company, and we had one person who was a certain level position. They had like a 1, 2, 3, 4. This person was a 2. And they kept trying to encourage this person about going to be a 3 and eventually be a 4. Turns out when they actually sat down with them, they didn't have that desire. They could do their job very well. They liked what their job was. They liked the structure of it. It had set hours, it had set responsibilities, but by moving up, the hours may change and things like that. They thought, no, this is not really what I want to do. So they thought this person really should move up, but it wasn't really what they wanted. So there's a few things that this book talks to us about. The Speeches by Management book is situations that you're going to run into when you are in a leadership position, more specifically management, like the title of the book says. And it helps you to practice those things so that way when you actually have to do them, you can do them well. Just like giving an evaluation, you want to make sure you're constructive and not critical, that you can build them up and not tear them down. So in this situation, I'm a manager in a help desk. Arnie is one of my employees, and I'm going to take the time to review his progress and help try and encourage and develop him based off what I have seen him do. All right, glad you can make it. Well, we try and review our objectives all the time, whether it's on our monthly meetings or whether it's at the yearly town halls, things like that. One of the key things that we have to do is process all these tickets. We've got, it seems like, an innumerable number of tickets that comes through. And I got to tell you, the tickets that you work are fantastic. Everything, I don't think I've seen one ticket that you've worked on that the problem wasn't resolved precisely, and in fact, perhaps even the root cause of that problem is fixed. So big kudos on that. The main function of our team is to make sure we're getting through all of the problems that are coming through, that we're the first touch before anything else happens and try and prevent anything else from going on. What has your experience, what do you feel your experience has been, over the past couple of months over, trying to deal with this, never-ending supply of tickets?
So you didn't expect me to give feedback.
You can make up anything you want.
The volume of tickets that comes through.
Yes.
There's so many, we don't seem to have enough resources to cover them.
Exactly. One of the things that I want to try and do is to try and make sure that all of the members of the team are getting through as many of them as possible. So that way we don't have a backlog and we're trying to address things. Now in your case, some of the support you're given is something that I would expect of the next level up support. And what I would like to try and encourage you to do is, rather than not simply going the extra mile, because we always want our employees to go the extra mile, but maybe is to realize when you've spent too much time on a ticket. Does that make sense? Work with me a little bit. Okay. Now, obviously, you work very assiduously. You document everything that you've done, and you're doing it very well. What I could see you doing to do it even better, to do your job, what your responsibilities are even better, is when necessary, take the time to think, I've already worked on this for a period of time. I know what the solution is. I know what the solution ultimately is going to be, or maybe I fixed this problem and I've identified the root cause. Take the time to just let that ticket pass, escalate it, solve the problem. Let the next level of support try and resolve or then fix what the root cause is, since you've probably already identified it anyway. Where do you see yourself going over the next 6 months, 2 years?
Well, I'd like to go up to the next level, and that's kind of why I hate to kick things down the road. If I know what the problem is and what the fix is, then I'll take the time to go ahead and fix it.
Fantastic, because that was going to be my next suggestion, is one thing that you should look at. There's going to be some positions coming up in the near future. So definitely get your name in when that comes up, and at the same time, take this knowledge and experience you have, because this is going to be something we rely on the second level support to do, is to cross-train and help develop your coworkers. Because obviously, you're by far the best employee I've got when it comes to technical skill. I've got plenty of other people who can close out a ticket or escalate it. So if I could get you to do that, to help cross-train these other guys, was that something you think you could do?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Arnie. Appreciate it.
Do I get a raise?
Yeah, a whopping 1%. Okay. Well, let me finish up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That handshake was just as an employee, not as the Toastmaster. So when you go to review somebody, just like giving an evaluation, try and highlight the positives. Try and ask questions. I obviously did a lot of talking because there's information I need to get across them, but it was important then also to make sure I'm getting feedback, make sure I'm going to go down the right path. My suggestion was going to be, this is where I want you to go, this is what I want you to do, and it turns out, yes, that's what he wanted to do. In this role playing, he easily could have told me the opposite, like that other employee I talked about. This is all they want to do. Then that would be perfectly fine. But then I could also have asked an open-ended question of, well, where do you see yourself going? If not to that next level, is there something else? Because my job as this person's leader is not simply to get them to do their job, but to get them to be the best that they can be. And I think that's very important of all of us. So thank you very much.
All right.
And now you can go.